Good morning from Shanghai. This is our last day. I love Shanghai. I really love Shanghai. I'm definitely coming back. Now the journey starts back to Hobart, and that will be another 24 hours before we arrive. So from Shanghai we'll be flying to Hong Kong with Hong Kong Airlines. Yeah, we can feel the difference. It's actually started to really move fast now. And these are the trains that we are taking. And from Hong Kong to Sydney, we'll be flying with Qantas. We booked a Hindu meal, and so this is the Chinese version of the Hindu meal. So please stay tuned. It will be a long journey. Now we're going to sit here. These sofas are looking really nice, and I can also watch all the aircrafts for a few hours. 200 km per hour on a subway. We are now passing by the convention center, Shanghai Convention Center, and all these highways. The area is very foggy, and I think also pollution. It's very foggy at the moment. Winter is coming, so it was a lovely tour, and for 9 days we couldn't realize that when the time flies. It was so beautiful, and every corner of China, whatever we could cover, was amazing. And I hope you enjoyed this amazing trip, amazing series that we could create. We never thought we'll ever visit China, but now after visiting, everything got cleared. If you don't experience that, you always have a lot of confusions and fake news on different newspapers, and then when you visit a country, meet people, eat food, then you feel that there is no difference between you and other people. Truly enjoyed Chinese experience. Definitely will be coming back again. There are so many things to cover and experience, natural beauties, so please stay tuned. This is Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport, where we were staying close by, but our flight to Hong Kong leaves from Pudong Airport. So we are going to take a train link, a subway link from this airport to the other airport, which takes about 40 minutes, but it's about, I think, 80 kilometers. But we're going to take the rail link, which flies in 200 kilometers per hour, almost non-stop, airport to airport link. From Hongqiao Airport, we are going to the Pudong Airport, where our flight will leave, and it's only cost 26 yuan from this airport to other airport, and these trains goes at 200 kilometers per hour. It's virtually free airport connection. Amazing, isn't it? This is the inside of the train. These seats are really nice, and in only 40 minutes journey, it's almost like a bullet train, and we have this luggage space. This morning it's a bit empty because depending on flight time, this can be very busy. So this train connects Hongqiao Airport to Pudong International Airport, and it only cost 26 yuan one way per person, which is like in Indian rupees 260 rupees, and in Australian dollar, how much will that be? Around $5, $6, approximately $6. And this train will cover around 80 kilometers, and it goes in 200 kilometers per hour. But only stops on 5 stoppages, same way as we can take the other subway line 2, directly goes to Pudong Airport, but this is the airport link. So the transport and the public transport is almost virtually free in China. It's so cheap and so convenient, and bullet trains, make-leave, all those kind of things you can just experience for almost nothing. So that's kind of like a shows that how far it has progressed in terms of infrastructure. I'm not going to comment about other items or aspects, but in terms of communication, infrastructure, and transportation, they're just like 50 times progress than maybe European countries as well. Because this kind of train, we travel in Switzerland, many countries in Europe, several times, many years, and they were super expensive. You need fortune for traveling a train like this in Switzerland or in France. We didn't have any train like this in England, so we never tried one. And so here in China, with 2 billion people, over 2 billion people, it's cheap. So there is something that we might need to learn. So this Hongqiao airport is the oldest airport in Shanghai. It's nearly 100 years old airport. The Pudong airport is a modern airport. Pudong area is where all those towers, the Pearl Tower, the Shanghai Tower, the video that you have seen on our channel, they're fresh development over last 30 or 40 years. And so that's why there is a airport link between the old airport and the new airport. It's picking up the speed now, but I don't know whether they're going to display the speed. Yeah, we can feel the difference. It's actually started to really move fast now. And these are the trains that we are taking. Now you can see the train, how it looks like from outside. Yeah, now I can feel the speed. It's actually picking up. It's maybe 150 kilometers per hour. Yeah, it's approaching. Yeah, it's going really fast now. It's almost as good as our bullet train from Beijing to Shanghai on our route to Suzhou.
It's not tilting like the magnet.
It will. It just started, less than a minute now. Look at the highways that we took from our hotel to the airport. It's flying at the moment. It's reached its peak. When we traveled on Meglev, that was night time, so we couldn't really show you the outside, but that was amazing. 300 kilometers per hour, but it only lasted for 5 minutes or 7 minutes. But this one is going to be 40 minutes. So this is going to be another train video. This is completely different experience. Wow. And I was going to take the taxi as usual, lazy, and Orlima researched and said that no, there is an airport link connecting just 2 airports almost non-stop, and it goes in 200 kilometers per hour. So that's why I got attracted. Not about the price, but the speed. But it's actually free communication, free transport to the airport. I have learned Dangxi Pengxi means is the gate will open on the left side. And these are our fake collections from Shanghai. Ornima got a Louis Vuitton, a real one, in very less price, and I've got a Jeep, which is really excellent quality. As a bag, they're very excellent quality, but I think they're fake. Now we're on our way to Jinhong Road. Are we going into the tunnel? Yeah, we are going through the tunnel now. Wow, it's going really fast. 200 kilometers per hour on a subway. We are going through this tunnel for last couple of minutes, so you can imagine how long the tunnel is. Now we are going under the city, so basically that's why it's kind of part of the subway or metro system, and it's going at that speed, 200 kilometers per hour. So we came to the stoppage, and this is our second stop. Our next stop will be South Sanlin stoppage, and so we are going under the Huangpu River at the moment. We are crossing the Huangpu River, and so this is our route. We started on the left hand side, stopped at 2 stops, and now we are crossing the Huangpu River. As you can see, the arrow is moving, and then we still have another 3 stoppage before we arrive at Pudong Airport. Beautiful map, isn't it? Very simple and showing you where you are dynamically. Really nice.
We're now at South Sanlin. Doors will open on the left.
Next stop will be East Hangzhou, and it's also showing where on the map you are. And this is the Pudong Island. where all those towers are. It's really picking up now again to 200 kilometers per hour. At the peak point at 200 kilometers per hour, we can feel that in our ears. Even on this train, we have got charging facilities as well. Next stop is Shanghai International Resort. So next stop is our terminal station, Pudong Airport Terminal 1 and 2. And our flight will leave from Terminal 2. So this is an amazing journey. It takes about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. It can't be any smoother, the journey to the airport. We are at the moment slowing down for the final times. So we'll be arriving at Pudong International Airport very soon. Please stay tuned for our in-flight vlog while we fly from Shanghai to Hong Kong and Hong Kong to Sydney. It will be a very long journey. So this is Pudong International Airport terminal and the station. We just arrived. And then we'll take the elevator up to the departure. So how convenient is this? And coming to the airport at 200 kilometers per hour, first time, fantastic. So this was the station. We came out and we are going to the airport terminal now. And every corner is shiny and glossy. From the metro station, we are now going to the Terminal 2 and look at the decoration, and so many big brands are already here. And it's fantastic. I mean, the infrastructure, as I was telling before, really smooth, and you don't need to worry about anything. Everything is written in English and Chinese, and we are actually quite smoothly traveling through. Now we have to do the security check again. Because we are entering the airport, all the bags will be scanned through X-ray machine. Now we are at the terminal and we are at the gates to check in and drop our bags before we go to the gates. To give you the perspective of this Terminal 2, imagine one single terminal. How big is this? We have got A to Z check-in gates. And also there is no twists and turns. It's one single terminal building, straight line. Left hand side you have got all the check-in desk, and right hand side we are having this walking path. I have this Chinese flag hanging from the ceiling, and we're going to the check-in desk area B. And these are the departure gates, I think, yeah. Our checking was very smooth. It took like less than a minute. Everything was ready, and as soon as we gave our passports, the boarding pass were given and baggage were taken, and we are now ready to fly. So we'll actually walk around in this beautiful terminal building at Pudong, and there is a sign called I Love Shanghai. We want to take some photo with that. We're getting some information about the estimated number of passengers traveled through Shanghai Airport last 12 months, 87 million. So you can imagine that, and yet it is so smooth. So the management is everything, the planning and organization and the infrastructure. Then 87 million is also manageable, and probably nothing. So it depends how you want to plan it. I love Shanghai. So this is kind of like a ritual these days. Every city, they do have these signs. So we'll take some photo. I love Shanghai. I really love Shanghai. I'm definitely coming back. So we are now going to our gate, and that gate number is G154. It's from G101 to G652. So you can imagine that how big the airport is. It's just massive.
There are not only just G gate numbers, there are D gate numbers as well. So not there are even more gates.
So these are actually D. We are going to G, but these are D. So D has got maybe hundreds. So it's massive. So we are going this way, and this is our way to the gate. We are going into the deep. And we need to take a train. Oh, right. Okay, so the train will take us to the G gate 154. And the next train is in 2 minutes time. People are actually getting down on the other side before they will open this side's door.
Our train is about to depart. Please hold the handrail and pay attention to safety. Please use the escalator and exit the station in an orderly manner.
We have our gate number G154 this way. Beautiful airport, and there are so many gates. So many flights are leaving at the same time, but there is no confusion. Everything is well marked, and you just follow the sign and take the train. Depending on your gate number, you'll be in the right place at the right time. So we just arrived at gate 154, and we were underestimating. We were just sitting there and taking photos of the aircraft leaving. Didn't realize that we have to walk like 2 kilometers, take a train, and then walk another kilometer to arrive at this gate. I'm just wondering, if it was not G154, if it was 184, then it could have been even a different story now, because it's just half an hour time our flight is going to leave. It's already boarding, so we were nearly late. So we are getting on board Hong Kong Airlines. After a while, we are actually now on board our Hong Kong Airlines flight from Shanghai to Hong Kong. And then we'll have about 4 hours waiting in Hong Kong before catching Qantas to Sydney. So it went very smoothly. Everything went very smoothly at the airport. Perfect. If you check, you will find that this is the front of the aircraft where we're entering. And as soon as we enter, these numbers are in 30s, 36. We are sitting in 39. The idea is that these are basically starting from 1 and going back. But in China, they always put some lucky number in front. So 3 is a lucky number in circumstances. So all the seats started from 31. So we are sitting in 39. But basically, we are in row 9. Even in our hotel, when we were actually going to our room, sometimes it says 8127. So it's basically first floor, room number 27. But they always put 8 in the front because it's a lucky number. So, goodbye Shanghai for now. We just started our journey back home. Hong Kong is actually much closer to Shanghai because it's south, so flight time will be around 2 hours and 20 minutes, whereas to Beijing it was nearly 3.5 hours. Shanghai is like one of the largest airports in the world. This is just too big. Probably we can't see the other corners. And so that's the runway. So we are flying off Shanghai. So goodbye Shanghai for now. Because we're flying with Qantas, as part of this journey, we have been given milk, and so we have got our meal. And there will be some other thing as well, so I'll show you what they have given us. We have got some burrito, and they actually checked with us that is the rice and vegetables in this chapati will be okay, and we said yes, that's fine. And interestingly, they have given a bottle of water on the way to Hong Kong, and it says Tibet Spring. So all sorts of connections are there, and it's also written in Tibetan language, Glacial mineral water from Tibet. We booked a Hindu meal, and so this is the Chinese version of the Hindu meal, Chinese translation rather. This is what we have. I think it's a vegetarian burrito. Let's try a little bit. Vegetables, mushroom, beans in tomato sauce, cooked in tomato sauce.
And rice as well.
Rice. And we've got some mountain on the bottle as well. We are basically landing with zero visibility, absolutely zero visibility. This was our Hong Kong Airlines crew. They just came out of the aircraft and our flight is already on the board, 7:25 QF 128 to Sydney. So we are now in Hong Kong Airport and this is another transfer. So we need to get transferred to the next terminal on a train. And this side is really nicely painted. Beautiful decoration. We've got 4 hours in Hong Kong Airport before our flight to Sydney. So we are going to go to the Qantas Lounge. We have access to our Qantas Lounge. So this is actually where the lounge is at Gate 5, close to Gate 5. And as usual, it's very gorgeous. So we are visiting Hong Kong Louis Vuitton shop at the airport, and inside we were just trying to feel that how much difference are there. We couldn't see any difference between the bag that we bought in Shanghai and the bags that are on display here at this Hong Kong airport's Louis Vuitton signature shop, flagship shop. Even Liverpool FC, they do have a shop in Hong Kong airport. This beautiful entrance, the gate is really nicely designed, and this is Hong Kong Qantas Lounge. So we'll be here at least 3 hours minimum. So that's quite good because we can have lunch and wait properly. Now we're going to sit here. These sofas are looking really nice and I can also watch all the aircrafts for a few hours. So we are upstairs and downstairs. These are all gates for the aircrafts. So now finally you are satisfied that you can actually use the Qantas Lounge access somewhere in overseas. We have got fantastic decoration as well. This is like old Hong Kong, old apartments with lots of cable and almost can't see anything. This is nice, very beautiful decoration. And I've got some couscous and lamb tagine. We are having 2 drinks. One is called a cocktail, non-alcoholic cocktail called Breezy Brisbane, and this is called matcha latte. And our second course is some dim sum. This is a mushroom dim sum and that's actually pork dim sum. I've got this dim sum which has got soup inside. And it is like a broth and a little bit of minced pork. I'll just try this, and this is very hot and I have to put the whole thing in my mouth. delicious. Whole thing has burst in my mouth and it's really tasty. And I'm trying this mushroom dim sum as well. The texture is very much like a bao bun, and I've got this sesame oil based sauce. Very tasty, very nice, and it looks like a mushroom. And now we've got our main course. What is this? This is steamed fish.
Steamed fish
With-
with Shanghai noodles and
Okay.
vegetables. And
Okay, so this is steamed fish with Shanghai noodles and vegetables. I can see some bok choy. And this is one of our favorite. This is called son-in-law eggs. This is very traditional Chinese thing. It has got half egg and it must have some tamarind sauce as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a Thai dish, but yeah.
This is a very premium location as a lounge for Qantas. I think Qantas Lounge has been here in Hong Kong Airport for many years. That's why they got this amazing location. Singapore Airlines is just at the bottom of this lounge, and they don't have any view. So you can imagine that how privileged Qantas is at Hong Kong Airport. Our dinner is finishing with a Diet Coke and a cappuccino. From Qantas Lounge, I can see that our aircraft from Sydney just arrived. So this is the aircraft. We're going to fly in an hour time. QF 128. So now we are at the gate 8 for QF 128 to Sydney, and that's going to be leaving very soon. So we are waiting for that, and it's a really busy flight, and we had a lovely time at Qantas Lounge, and now we are ready to fly for next 9 to 10 hours.
Code share with Air France 9676.
Gate 8 is for the Sydney flight QF 128, and just beside that, Gate 7 is for QF 30 to Melbourne, Hong Kong to Melbourne.
We invite customers who have requested special assistance.
Finally, we are actually on our way to the aircraft QF 128 to Sydney. And obviously we are flying A330. As we came from Melbourne to Hong Kong, they always fly A330. As usual, we have got 242 orientation, and we've got 53 J and K for us.
I do recommend that you keep it within easy reach during the flight.
Flying on 2 orientation is always good because then we have a lot of privacy and flexibility going to the toilet while flying for 10 hours. After a while, it was like half an hour wait because Sydney flight has delayed arriving in Hong Kong, so it's going to be delayed while going out. And now finally we are settled. We always book these 2-seaters, and then we have the 4-seaters and another 2 other side. It's very convenient for such a long journey. I hope you are watching this video until this point. Continue this journey with us to Sydney while we fly from Hong Kong to Sydney. This is also a new route. We never flown from Hong Kong to Sydney before. We have flown from Hong Kong to Melbourne but never to Sydney. So this is kind of another new in-flight vlog. And we have started this morning at 8 o'clock in Shanghai, and then we took that amazing 200 km/h rail link, and then we flew to Hong Kong. We had an amazing dinner at Qantas Lounge, and now another 10 hours to Sydney. Hope it will go smoothly. So let's start the in-flight vlog, and it's a night flight. It's already 7:30 in the evening in Hong Kong, and so it is going to be very late night flight. So really I'm not going to make a lot of talking, and this is the flight from Hong Kong to Sydney. So let's watch the map, and we are going to be arriving at Sydney. If it arrives on schedule, it will be 7:55 a.m. in the morning, just before 8 o'clock. but I doubt that. As you know, the QF30, that was Hong Kong to Melbourne flight, that was scheduled to be leaving after our flight to Sydney. But because our flight is delayed, so the Melbourne flight is just leaving now, and we have to wait for another 5-10 minutes before we can leave. So QF30 is leaving, and then QF128 will be leaving very soon. And this is a route we never made any video before, so I'm just interested to see what happens and the way we fly. And as I mentioned, it's a very late night flight, so probably I'm going to sleep most of the time. Very tired after traveling in China for 11 days. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching this video until this far. And now we are on our way to Sydney. Hong Kong airport is really big, like Shanghai, and this Hong Kong airport, all the aircrafts always have very long taxiing, like we are taxiing for last 15 minutes before we can fly off.
Sydney is 3 hours ahead of Hong Kong time. At this stage, we're expecting to arrive on time in the morning. Hopefully, it should be largely smooth for most of the flight. So hope you can relax and get some sleep through the evening. We'll talk to you later on during the flight. Thank you.
It's always spectacular to fly from Hong Kong. Those skyscrapers and those apartment buildings just next to the airport is just awesome. They're like thousands of apartment buildings standing tall, and they're like hundreds of towers one by another, and so this is really an exciting view. I don't know how I got into the phone and the kids menu, so I really can't leave or exit the kids mode. Unless I answer this correctly, I really can't leave this kids zone. Oh, that's awful. Yeah. 53. 53K. Okay. Oh, now I passed the test. And I have to watch one film, and which one? Leaving from Hong Kong, so it has to be Karate Kid Legend, because it's Jackie Chan. We just got our meal, and it was super fast because we ordered special meal in the meal because we didn't knew that what's going to be offered. But I think because we had like 4-course meal at the Qantas Lounge in Hong Kong, they're doing some face recognition, so that's why they have removed our food and they gave us just a little bit of salad and nothing else. So
This looks after your health.
and Qantas is looking after our health because we are eating too much. So I've got some salad, lettuce and some melon and some rice, some vegetable like pepper and I think it's a piece of fish, and I've got some crackers. So it's really healthy options, and they are trying to reduce my weight.
Just get some more from the back.
At the moment we're passing by Ho Chi Minh City and Manila, in between Ho Chi Minh City and Manila, and it's extremely bumpy. We have got some ice cream, and that's made in Hong Kong, and it's mango ice cream. So this is the ice cream made in Hong Kong, mango ice cream. So we are actually crossing the equator now, and we are passing by Philippines. Most of the time we have been crossing Philippines because it's a long country, very long country with many islands. I hope you are watching this vlog, and we have crossed into Australia. We have passed Darwin and passing by Cairns level, And so we have another 2.5 hours to go before we arrive in Sydney. So it has been a smooth journey so far. Now it's breakfast time. We just given some breakfast, and it's like another 1.5 hour to go. So this is our current location, and so we are pretty much done. Very soon we'll be arriving in Sydney. So this is our breakfast. So this is a mixed vegetables, fried carrots, aubergine, some onion and potato, and some peppers. That's all it is. So this is our location at the moment. And we also have some green tea, jasmine tea and crackers. So after a very long journey, almost 10 hours flight from Hong Kong to Sydney, finally we arrived in Sydney, and we are at the moment waiting for our flight to Hobart. And this is Sydney Qantas Lounge. So we were in Hong Kong Qantas Lounge, now we're in Sydney Qantas Lounge, and it has been an amazing journey. Hopefully we'll be arriving home in Hobart very soon. And thank you very much for watching our China series. Goodbye, and see the next series, next country.